gonna have some fun with some random people's stunt tracks. Some of these are pretty crazy. Not entirely sure what to do here. I get if I go straight and to the right, that's the finish line. But it's a stunt track. I like to do stunts. Alright, so the next track will be the first real track. I didn't even get enough time to actually look at that one. I'm sure I will add some of these tracks to my favorites, which means I will be putting them up on some of my rooms. I'm probably going to be making a room, say sometime in the next month, of nothing but my favorites. So, I know it's not very often you guys actually hear me on here talking, and it's because typically I got two little monsters running around making all kinds of noise. But that's what this channel is all about. So I think what's going to end up happening is I am going to buy a second headset so that when Caleb and Levi are playing games like Call of Duty, you can hear all the randomness that comes out of their mouths. Because it's adorable and hilarious, and you go laugh at my kids. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of dirt track on this game. You slide around so much more than you would on a real dirt track. But on a real dirt track, you're not doing 300 miles an hour, so whatever. Nothing on this game is legit, except for some of the physics are pretty accurate. They always have been. For those of you who don't know anything about this game, this is Trackmania, specifically Trackmania Turbo for the PS4, but they have it on everything. Trackmania has been around since about 2003, I believe, maybe 2004, and it's gone through a couple different iterations. Ooh. They actually have worldwide competitions and a lot of players. I mean, this is one of the longest running racing games. When it comes to online racing. And there's so much. Ooh, go down, go down, go down. Yeah, there's so much more to this than just regular racing. Hey, I'm first place. So, like I said, this does worldwide competitive racing, as well as just people on here bullshitting and having fun. If you search Trackmania on YouTube, you'll see a lot of the insane tracks that people build. And it's not just people like you and me that build these. I mean, it's the developers even build crazy tracks. This is definitely This game is built by people who want to see crazy stuff, who want to take part in crazy stuff. So I'll show you guys on another video what some of the stock tracks are. I mean, I've got stock tracks as filler tracks on one of my channels, and they're as hard as some of the tracks that I built. Some of them are even harder, some of them are crazy. They use an algorithm for their random track generator, and I fully believe some of the tracks were built with that thing, or partially built with that thing, with just minor designs taken from other areas. I mean, you think something like this is nuts? There's worse than this on the factory tracks. So with this being a 1.5-minute track and it being a stunt track, 10 minutes is a little long. It would be nice to see this on a 5-minute lap, or 5-minute round, sorry. However, we can't choose the length of time per track. It has to be per channel, so we're kind of limited by that. And I'm sure there are some tracks on this room, on this channel, where you need the whole 10 minutes just to be able to complete it. Not because it's that long, but because it's that complicated. I've seen stunt tracks that you can't complete in 10 minutes just because there's so many jumps that you need luck to finish, or you've hit circle for reset too many times and circle push it back at the beginning. You know, it gets pretty crazy. Like that circle. Triangle would have put me back at just the last checkpoint, meaning I wouldn't have to start completely over. Well, if you get through some of the hard stuff in the beginning, and then you just need to go back to the last checkpoint and you end up hitting circle instead out of habit, well, that can cost you finishing the course. Even I have courses that are 4 minutes long. 3 to 4 minutes. I love that air control. Boom. Show me a racing game where you can do that. Fuck you, physics. Anyways. It's definitely not a polite little pretty boy channel. I cuss, I'm rude, I'm mean. What can I say? I learned it's best to be who you are, and that's who I am. So basically, if you're some little kid, you probably don't need to be listening to my channel. Otherwise you might learn some cuss words your mama don't want you to know. Hello. I do not like that there's no communication between the racers on this game. On Trackmania 1 and I believe Trackmania 2, you could actually talk to the other racers through a chat interface. I don't know why they got rid of that. I haven't noticed a microphone set up to be able to chat with people. I think because this was their first console game, they just wanted to make it more family friendly. And back in the day, we weren't real nice on those chat rooms for Trackmania 1. I only played Trackmania 2 for about 5 minutes and decided it just wasn't for me. Man, I went from 1st to 6th. But then again, on the old tracks, we used to also be able to name our tracks. Or on the old Trackmanias, we were able to name our tracks. We were able to delete tracks that we previously built. Like one of my son's friends, Jameson, built a track that it was a stupid track. I mean, he's a kid. I didn't say anything to him about it. I thought maybe I could delete it because you could on the older ones. Come to find out you can't delete it, so it's track 13, and I just have to remember not to put track 13 on. It's a track that you can't win unless you know where to go. Basically, he made it where you have to drive off of the track from the start and then just drive under the track. And once you drive under the track, the finish line's right there. Well, ain't nobody else gonna figure that out because he built an actual track around it. So the whole track takes about 10 seconds, but there's, you know, a 2-minute track built around the area. And like I said, it was just really dumb. But he's a kid. I let the kids build whatever they want. Some of the favorite tracks that people like the most are tracks the kids built. I've got tracks right now, and I've only had them out to the public for a short amount of time, maybe a week, maybe 2 at most. But I've got tracks right now the kids built that have 30 and 40 likes, and that might not sound like much. I mean, there's tracks with 20 and 30,000 likes, but they haven't been out for very long, and I don't get a ton of players. That wasn't a bad track. Like I said, I would have liked to see it on more of a 5-minute round. That's something I'm trying to do with my channels. I'm trying to make more tracks that are about the same length so I can make a consistent room where, you know, if it's a 10-minute room, tracks are 3 to 5 minutes each. If it's a 5-minute room, tracks are 1 to 3 minutes each. You know, a 3-minute room is a minute or less. It's going to take a lot of tracks to be able to accomplish that with one of each kind. And then I also have, you know, my mini tracks and all that aren't stunt mode. I'm trying to keep those separate. But again, you can't actually name your tracks. Naming your tracks would make things so much easier, and it did in the original iterations of Trackmania. So now you just have to remember the numbers. And I mean, I'm already up to like 48 or 49. I don't know what track 1 is. I don't know what track 4 is. If I could name them or rename them, I could go in and name track 13 dumb track, don't use. I could name track, I don't know, 4 is, you know, short stunt or sharp curve or whatever, wall ride, and be able to know what the different tracks are at least. But when it gets to be this many, I have to actually go through and catalog them on my computer based on what the room is. Ooh, this can be a rough one. I like this. Oh, hey. Good thing about stunt tracks, you get off the track, you jump back on. Avoid the center. You said avoid the center. You didn't say to turn. That's my thing. If you're going to go through the hassle, okay. Well, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and back this on up. There we go. Let's see if this is enough. Wow. Oh. Apparently that wasn't a jump. The other guy missed it too. It should have been a road split sign. If you're going to go through the hassle of putting all the signs out, just go through the hassle of putting them in the right places. Using the right signs. Why would you put a big jump there? This dude literally is putting signs in random places to try to prevent people from using this track and doing it properly. A lot of them will do that in the hopes that when they run them, they can get the fastest time. And increase their rating. Anyways, I might as well restart that one. But they'll do it to increase their rating. As far as I've noticed, your rating don't really mean much on this game. On the old games, your rating determined what tracks you could actually run. And of course, that was factory tracks. Now, when you set up a room, you can restrict it so that it's, you know, a certain skill level. That was kind of awesome. I didn't mean to do that, but I wish I had. Little V-notch action. Anyways, yeah. You can set your rooms up to where you have to be a certain level or higher to participate. But all you're doing is limiting the people who can run your tracks. Nobody's actually built a track hard enough that I've found, at least, that I would want to require a certain skill level. There's a lot of private rooms you'll see. A lot of those are testing rooms or team rooms. Because again, this is a worldwide racing competition game, a highly competitive game. There are sponsored teams. There are people who get paid just to race on this game and practice to make money for their sponsors. I'm obviously not one of them. If you read my description on my Twitch or my YouTube, you'll see it says I've always loved gaming. Now you can see how much I suck at it. Well, I hope I don't disappoint, because I do suck at gaming. But I still, even though I suck at it, I still love it. And I still haven't found a track that I just can't beat. I mean, I've found tracks where I have issues with, typically if I'm not paying attention. But in general, I can beat any track in the game. The only question remaining is if I can do it in the required amount of time. That's an issue I have on like the campaign mode. I can complete all the tracks, but I have to beat, you know, certain times. You piece of shit. I have to beat certain times, and that isn't always as easy as beating the track. Like, in all reality, this is probably only 2-minute track. And I'm sitting here running it. I'm at almost 2 minutes on this time around, but in all reality, it's taken me 6 minutes to get this far. That's just because I'm not paying attention. I do like that jump though. I think I might use that. What the fuck? See, this is exactly what I was talking about. This track isn't built to be a racetrack. This track is built for the creator to be able to increase his ranking. Like, I seriously... I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going at this point. That's where I just was.
Watch the paintwork. Hey, look out.
I wonder...
Did you mean to do that?
Yep, there it is. Oh, piece of shit. You see what I mean? Some of these are definitely just built for the creator to increase his ranking. Cause ain't nobody gonna figure that out. Not in the amount of time that he will.
What are you doing?
But we all do it. I mean, all of us creators put our own little hidden gems in the tracks.
Watch the paintwork.
All of us put our own little hidden gems in the tracks. Most of them, well, apparently I skipped something. I think this is going to be the first track that I vote down. Nobody beat this track. This was a track, I told you, 100% set up so that only the creator could finish it. I mean, there's some decent jumps for tricks, but in the end, we all want to finish the track. That was definitely not one of my favorite tracks. Had a lot of potential, but it was wasted potential at this point. Now, something I did find useful, if you end up on the track with one of the guys who built the track, this is not the person who built it. Just hit spectate, they'll show you where to go. Ooh. Okay. This is a pretty quick one. It's definitely a stunt track. This is how stunt tracks are supposed to be. Whoa. No. Ah. So don't jump there. Not funny, this one off. Hello. Turn, 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 turn. Oh. Well, that was kind of nifty. We land on that.
Easy on the paintwork. Hey, pay attention.
And then go through.
Mean to do that?
That was a pretty decent stunt track. My issue was pretty straightforward. I jumped in the wrong spot. Hello. I drifted in the wrong spot. And I crashed. In the air, hit the brakes. So you hit the first one, hit the second one. Drift, 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 drift. Around, drift, 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 drift. Point and shoot. Woo! Keep it going, keep it going. Ooh.
Hey, pay attention.
Am I gonna have enough room? Nope. I do love how there's no checkpoints on this. Just make it to the end and call it good. I can definitely appreciate a short and simple stunt track like this, though. Oh no! Spin, 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 spin. Flip flap, 900. Apparently that's what you call it when you wreck. So don't hit the ramp. Ideally, when you set up tracks like this, you want to be able to finish the track 2 to 3 times in a given time frame.
Did you mean to do that? What are you doing? Easy on the paintwork. Careful.
And you can complete the track 2 to 3 times in the given time frame. Then you have enough time to learn the track. Now this is only a 42-second track. Actually probably closer to a 38-second track. I got 10 minutes to do it. This will lead to boredom under even the best circumstances.
What are you doing?
I think I may have to invest in a wireless headset. Y'all got any recommendations for wireless headsets that are somewhat budget friendly? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, got him. 33-second track. Thank you very much. Goddamn, 28 seconds. So I'm going to spectate on him. Aw, come on, dude. There he is. Sometimes you'll see them, they'll get first place, and with as much time as they have, they will actually just sit there and not do anything. They'll be what we used to call AFK. Ooh. Oh. Well, that's genius. That's luck, but that's genius. I can deal with that. Let's give it a shot. I'm not saying I can do that, but I can try. Well, not that. Let's try it from over here. I will land that motherfucker right there. I promise you that. It'll take me a few tries to get everything lined up. Woo! Pick up the pace. Too far. Itchy. Oh. Again, this is an international game, so the 3-2-1 is done in, I think, 7 different languages. That's what I've counted, that I've noticed. Not a highly educated man or anything, so could be more or less, I suppose. I mean, I'm still ranked 4th, so I'm not doing horrible. Now, I wonder. Because there is no checkpoints. There is an edge, though. I bet everyone else has been trying this shit, too. Hey. I mean, in all reality, oh yeah, no way. Not gonna build enough speed for that. Hello. Well, that definitely didn't work. Well, that's not gonna happen. Whee! Good game, all. Oh no! Hoppity hoppity hop hop hop. A little sidestep. Somebody managed to jump straight off of it and hit 11 or 11 seconds. That's pretty awesome. I wouldn't necessarily call something like that cheating in this game, but that's cheating in this game. You're supposed to take the track. He didn't put any checkpoints in to make sure people do. I just want to take this as a chance to reiterate what I've said before, and I'll say again. This is not a monetized stream for Twitch. This is not a monetized channel on YouTube. It's never going to be. Don't matter how many views I'm getting, so long as it's still free to me, I'm not going to be trying to make money on it. It's just something I do for fun, and it gives me a chance to be able to go back and watch me and my kids play video games when they aren't here. So, I hope y'all enjoy watching it as well. All of us messed that up. Even with the giant flashing arrows, we all messed that up. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy watching it, but this is literally just fun for us. I'm assuming I'm supposed to go over there.
Easy on the paintwork.
Oh.
Itchy. Go. Hey, pay attention.
If you actually watch, you'll start seeing people get annoyed on tracks like this, and they'll either just stop running or they'll leave. I mean, we're down to 10 players.
What are you doing?
I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm not supposed to be doing that. Now, a big thing to remember, in order for this game to exist, or in order for this track right here to exist, somebody beat it. And it was beat without stunt mode. That's something else to think about. When we build these tracks, we have to be able to beat them without stunt mode. So no air control, no jumping, like no boosted jumping, I guess you might call it. Just driving using physics. Now, I fully believe stunt mode makes all the tracks better, and who doesn't love the idea of air control? Well,
Hey, pay attention.
that's not what I was supposed to
Pay
do.
attention.
Who doesn't love the idea of stunt control, you know?
What are you doing? Careful.
Okay, so slow. This is rough, bud. This is a good track. Like, I get, like, that's how you have to beat this after you test it. I get that it's stunt mode or stunt track. It's a fun track. But this one, this is tougher than most of them. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute, I already did that. This way. I'm assuming.
What are you doing?
Into here? Big jump. Okay. Little jump boost. Did not need to do that. Yeah, these stunt mode tracks, you could end up testing them and trying to validate them for hours on end because you're building them to be best in stunt mode, but you can't test them in stunt mode. So anywhere you see me using air control to try to stay straight, anywhere you see me using air control to try to stay straight. Oh, I was going to see U-turn. Damn it. They could not do that when they were validated. So they would have literally had to perfect it. Not far enough. Kind of carry more speed through it. I genuinely love this game. It may seem like I don't. It may seem like a pain in the ass. Like, who wants a racing game where you have to keep restarting? Well, people who are tired of regular racing games. Like I said, this game's been out since 2003. I want to say 2003 is right. And it's always been popular. I mean, this isn't something that kind of comes and goes in popularity. This game has always been popular. I got 3 minutes to beat this track. Guess I'm gonna pay attention for a minute. Down, 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 down.
Hey, look out!
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Did you mean to do that?
Trackmania Nations
What are you doing?
and United. The only air control you had was using the gas to bring your back end down and your brake to bring your front end down. And those days were legit, man. I mean, you'd see tracks where people built that you had to hit something full speed, and in midair you'd hit an obstacle and it would spin you in another direction, or it would knock you off course, something like this.
Hey, pay attention.
And then right there, there'd be another row of blocks coming down, and you'd scoot out backwards, and you'd have to do a U-turn, and it would all be dumb luck or pure skill. Whereas now, I can easily just do that. But man, some of those old school tracks, they were absolutely legit, man. They were. If you got a computer, man, download Trackmania Nations Forever or United, whichever one you want. On the website, it's listed as Trackmania TM1 and TM2. TM2 is the newest computer version.
Careful.
And for competition, it's the better version. damn it. The computer is the better version. Oh, guess I'm not gonna finish. Honestly, I like this version better than in really any of them, even though it does have its faults. Oh, man. He beat that thing less than 2 minutes. Even though this one does have its faults, this is still my favorite version. I like what they did with it. I like the stunt mode. I like the track builder. But damn, those tracks back in TM1 and TM2 are pure just awesomeness. Ooh. Loop-de-loop. Right there.
Hey, pay attention! Oh, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I have skipped something here. There's no way that's what I'm supposed to do. The downside is you have to hit every checkpoint, and it doesn't tell you if you're missing one. So I know I'm supposed to go here. Here's what we're going to do right here. Okay, I know where I'm supposed to go. The loops are fun, but they're not the fastest route. Typically, if it's a loop, you can just cut through the bottom. You don't actually have to do it. Okay. We'll see if he put this all the way through or not. That's pretty awesome. And he did. Yeah, see, I skipped that checkpoint. I'm not even sure where I was at this point. Oh, okay. And you see, that's another thing about player-owned tracks and why I like them. They don't have to make sense. You actually have to try. Whereas in the stock maps, the maps made by the developers, they have to make sense. So you'll see them, they're very clearly marked. There's no real mystery about where you're supposed to go. Then you'll see the random map generator that does absolute craziness. It's an artificial intelligence that can't figure out the physics of the car. That can get complicated.
Hey, pay attention! Hey, pay attention!
Personally, I would have made that a wall ride. Avoid the center. And a finish in 116. See, that's not so bad. That inevitable panda, that's the dude who kicked everyone's ass on the last track. Once you beat the track once, it's pretty easy to figure out how to shave a little bit of time off. I mean, you might not get a ton of time, but you're good enough. I know I need to land like that. Some boost would be nice. Couple good drifts. And avoid the center. Whoop. I'm not sure why it drifted me out that far. This isn't a long track. But you notice it took me 5 minutes to figure out how to beat it, and then only a minute and 16 seconds to actually beat it. That's pretty common on these. Oh shit. I am. Fuck you. I don't know if you guys can hear the game talk shit to you the whole time. Every crash you get into, every big drift, every big jump. Did you mean to do that? Hey, pay attention. Watch the paint. Hey, look out. I'm not sure what all audio comes through on the broadcast. But yeah, this game talks shit to you the whole time. It'll go and tell you to, hey, slow down, then it'll start calling you boring, and you can always tell a really skilled track builder because it'll be set up where you basically have to be going the perfect speed in order to actually land. Like, you see how much of a gap I have when I land on that one spot. A good track builder, there won't be that much of a landing. This is good. I like this. This is pretty simple. None of this is difficult to build. This probably took them 10 minutes to actually build, with probably 20 minutes worth of testing mixed in. There's a lot of time. Maybe 20 minutes to build. There's 20 or so minutes worth of testing. Oh. But a good track builder will build something like this. They're probably going to take about an hour because they're testing exactly where the landing points will be. There'll be nothing right there. That'll all be empty. You'll land. You'll have a full-blown jump. They'll set these up in stages so there's actually a gap, and you actually have to go all the way around them. It's something I do, but I'm not a great track builder. I mean, I'm no better than this dude. I've just been doing it for quite some time. You know, with the experience of the old school trackmania, kind of helps me figure out the best way to build tracks, the best way to run tracks. As you see, I'm not the fastest.
Did you mean to do that?
But I'm pretty good at what I do. But like right here, this jump, none of this will exist until right there.
What are you doing?
And that is basically the difference between an amateur builder and a good quality track builder. 108 is how he performs his jumps and landings. Or if you're doing a full speed run, you should never have to touch your brakes. And if you do, that track builder didn't know what he was doing. There's a reason it's called full speed run. So you've seen some of the tracks. These are all stunt tracks. I'm gonna do one more track. It's gonna be one of my tracks. That's gonna be the last track for the night. I've already done one video of this track when I was testing it without stunt mode. I said I would do another video in stunt mode. Yeah, that's it. So I will show you this track in stunt mode. This will be the only, well, I guess the first stunt mode video. I mean, it'll come up randomly on my channel. But after that, this is all there is to it. So this is a little sneak peek, I guess you can say. I appreciate y'all watching. If you like this game or any of the other games we play, you want to hear my two little wild kids going at it, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. Just remember, this channel's all about having fun. It's not something I'd let little kids listen to, at least not if I'm on the video. If it's just my boys, it's perfectly safe. Ain't no cussing or really no fighting, no nothing. They're just good kids having a good time. But if you start up the video and it's just me, don't let your kids listen. I ain't responsible if they start saying fuck. Alright, so here we go. This is one of my tracks. This is my newest track. I think this track took me maybe 45 minutes to build. Maybe less actually. I think I even built this one on normal mode. Yeah, I built this one on normal mode. This one probably only took me 15 minutes. So when you build tracks on this game, you got normal mode, you got advanced mode, and beginner mode, which you can't do jumps and stuff in. Not with actual gaps at least. Ooh. Go down. So a little trick here. If you do tricks on that big jump before you land, as long as you straighten out about over the blimp and kind of get your position, you'll be fine. Whenever you get the engine cut off, if you use nitrous, it'll speed you up. And that's on any of the stunt tracks. It's just kind of trick, save a couple seconds off your time. Like I could probably go about 6 seconds faster just by doing a single backflip. Now this narrow road makes it kind of difficult.
What are you doing?
You're going to crash on it. You come through here and drop down
Easy
there.
on the paintwork.
Do you a little wall ride.
Hey, pay attention.
Back onto the narrow road where I crash. Now here, you want to stay in the center.
Hey, pay attention.
And that's it. That's all there is to that track. I appreciate y'all following along. That's it for the night. Tomorrow you'll probably get to see video of my boys messing around. And don't forget to check my YouTube channel for video of the AI on this game going crazy. Backed itself into a corner and couldn't figure out how to get out of it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter, Demon02WJ. Demon02WJ on Facebook. Let me know what you think. All feedback is invited.